Hello there, it's Taco Clock again, so welcome to my weekly vlog. This week, regarding the first part of the vlog, which is the painting that I published, it was a piece called Make Way for the Ducklings, which is a set of sculptures that is, I think in St. Petersburg, but it definitely is shown in the George Washington Park in Boston. And I was inspired to do this piece back in 2010 when I was on my honeymoon in Boston. It was our last stop, and one day we took a walk just through the town and kind of sightseeing, but not the main places. We walked through tiny little streets, and it was just beautiful that day. The weather was gorgeous and we just enjoyed ourselves. And I really like the ducks, well, I like ducks anyway, but I like the sculptures. And if you Google Make Way for the Ducklings in Boston and you click on the pictures, you see a bunch of photos where the ducks are dressed up for, I don't know, Super Bowl, or I don't know what they all are, those costumes, but they're just so funny. So I thought I'd make a piece about that, together with a newspaper that I bought back in 2010 during our honeymoon, and it was an edition of the Boston Globe, which is one of the most popular newspapers on the East Coast. So I really liked working on a mixed media piece again, so I did that. I did have kind of a challenge with it, because when I pictured the painting in my head, the ducks were not so big as they finally ended up, and I kind of struggled, because I managed in the end, but I kind of struggled to keep the headline, the Boston Globe big headline of the newspaper, visible, because otherwise what would be the reason for using an original Boston newspaper anyway if I would cover it up with paint? So to have the ducks in proportion and a little bit of a sky in the background and still being able to read parts of the newspaper was kind of a challenge there. I did make a New York Statue of Liberty version of that painting a couple of weeks ago, or at least I published it then. And it was easier on that piece, and the canvases are the same size, and I pretty much put the front page of the newspaper in at the same height, not at the same angle, but it was just one was that way and the other one was that way, so actually it should have worked out easier, but it didn't, so I had to really make sure with the background to have the things visible that I wanted. So that was that. I'm gonna link the video so you can have a look at it, and I have some quite nice music for the video, or at least I like it. It's Zucchero with what's it called? What's the song called? Gosh, it's from the album Zucchero and Friends, and it has a great saxophone on it. Damn, I don't remember. So just check it out, have a listen, and just watch the video. I think it's kind of nice. So for the gaming part, this week was not so so many evenings that I was able to have a longer gaming night because I was quite busy with other stuff that I'm gonna talk about in the third section of this vlog. So we only played Dominion on last week's gaming night, which was Sunday night after I posted my last vlog. Then my husband and I have been playing Netrunner a lot this week. It's a 2-player game and a couple of rounds of ghost stories. So last night we had another small gaming night, just 3 people, and we played another round of it, Dominion, and tonight we're gonna visit my in-laws and we're gonna take a couple of games with us because we love to play with them, and the uncle of my husband is also coming around, so we're gonna be 5 people, and we're gonna take Dixit, Trains and Stations, and King of Tokyo. So all of those games I'm gonna cover next week. So aside from ghost stories, this week was more prominent on cards, kind of deck building games. Although I have to say that with Netrunner you have a set deck that you'll play with, at least in the basic first edition game. There's 2 sides. Either you're the corporation and you have to defend and try to have an agenda that you have to develop and then score points for it, or you're the runner and you have to try to hack the corporation and steal those agendas. And just the first one winning 7 points with those agendas wins the game. So before the start of that week, I only played corporations, because when we play a deck building game against each other, we usually decide on who's playing what, and then we play all the decks that come with it through. We don't change runner corporation, or with Star Wars it would be the Rebels or the Empire, and changing back and forth. We play all of the decks for one thing before we change. So this week it was the first time I played the runners, and back when I played the corporations, I had 4 different companies that I played. They all had different how to call it? They all had different actions in their deck that made them stronger in one way or the other. So none of them were the same. And I really hated the yellow deck, which was a TV station, because it just didn't work for me. So this week I played 2 different runners, and my husband played the yellow deck at one night. So and I won the games against the yellow corporation, and him knowing that I really hate that corporation deck, he asked me, well, you won twice against me with your runner, do you like the deck now? And I said, no, still hate it, and I probably will hate it forever. I don't know why, I just can't. I just don't like the deck. With the runner, I have to say that it took me like 2 rounds for one corporation, for the first corporation that we tried, and then I pretty quickly figured out the moves that were most efficient to get the agendas, or where to hit the corporation best without really making an effort. And you have 4 different steps that you can do things in as a runner, and I was able pretty quickly to make 4 runs, which is like hacking the corporation 4 times and stealing cards or just messing with my husband's gameplay. So I like that, and we're definitely gonna play a lot of Netrunner the next weeks, because I still have a runner left that I didn't play, and we still have, I think, 4 or 5 extension corporations and runners left that we didn't even touch yet. So that was pretty nice. Usually when we play against each other with a game, the last game of the night is a co-op game, so that we, well, kind of end the night on a nice and friendly game where we don't fight against each other. So this week we chose Ghost Stories. We played the main first edition game a couple of times now. Usually we play it only with 2 people because we have so many other games for 4 and 5 people that we haven't gotten around to it yet with our gaming night group, but we're gonna do that very soon because we have the extensions now and we want to try those those mechanics that are different with an extension pack. So we played the basic game this week, and the day before, Friday was kind of messed up with me. Sleep-wise, I was super tired pretty early in the day, which is not typical for me because usually I'm awake at night and sleep during the day. And on Friday night, I went to bed something like 7-ish, so really early, and I woke up just before midnight. And I couldn't go back to sleep, and I was pissed because I so wanted to sleep because I was so tired, but I couldn't. So after a round of Netrunner, we then played Ghost Stories until 3 a.m. in the morning, and we lost both games. And we did not really know why we lost them. We played the game before, as I said, and the ratio between winning and losing was like 50-50, and this time we lost super early in the game. So with the very nice thing called internet, with the internet, we typed in the Ghost Stories and tried to figure out what pro tips were on the net to see if we might just have missed something that would make the game a lot easier. So last night we tried it out again after finding a couple of nice pro tips, and we won. And we won well. We did really well this time with the same boss monster, like the last super duper big ghost. So we made that on purpose to see if the tips are really working, if those mechanics that we missed really make a difference, and they did. So the next few weeks we will play Ghost Stories with our gaming group to see how the mechanics are when you play with 4 or 5 players. So that was that gaming wise so far. I'm not gonna go into Dominion this week. This is gonna be on one of the next week's vlogs too, because our gaming group really likes the game and we have all but the last extension, so we're gonna play that a lot over the next few weeks and months. So I'm gonna go and explain what I think about the game later. Other than that, my week was very, very busy. I didn't have one day off. Usually I have my weekend on Fridays and Saturdays, and I work from Sunday to Thursday. This week, so far, it's all days that I worked, and I guess since it's Sunday now and I'm working with the vlog, I don't have any day off yet, and I'm not too worried about it, or I don't really miss it, because what I did this week was something really cool and I had a lot of fun, and so I'm just gonna tell you. So one of my friends is also an artist. He's very much like me brain-wise and thought-wise, and we clicked super fast, and we see kind of the same things when we think about an art project. So he says, I got this idea in my head and I try to make it happen, and this worked out very well this week. So aside from many other things, he is a musician and he plays in a band, and they're gonna have a gig in early April. So together with a photo shoot of him, I did a photo and video shoot of one of their rehearsals. So I was able to listen to them rehearsing the concert for 3.5 hours, and it was effing awesome. It was, oh my gosh, they just hit a nerve with me music-wise. Although I like some of the more quiet music and I like classic and blues and whatnot, I'm actually a rock person. I like rock music a lot, and they played it very well, very nice pieces. So I filmed a lot and took photos, and I have to edit a lot during the next days, but I really had fun that day. And we were planning, one of the parts why I made a video shoot at the rehearsal was that we want to make a video ad for the concert. And I'm not gonna go into details about that yet, because later today when he's awake, it's 8 a.m. in my time zone, when he's awake we're gonna FaceTime and discuss the final details, how, when, who publishes what. So I'm gonna let that be done, and you might see something on my channel or Facebook or whatever later. Not this week because it's Sunday. I'm too tired. Early next week, probably. All I can say so far is that I had a ton of fun doing the shoot and doing the editing and getting the piece done that he, in one weird moment, thought up in his head. And the crazy thing is that I seem to have exactly copied what was in his mind, and with him just me giving two buzzwords about what he wanted and me coming up with the piece so close to what he imagined. That's crazy, and it's awesome, and it's motivating, and it's exciting, and it's just a lot of fun. So I really loved it. Like I said, I have, I don't know how many photos left. I think something like 200 photos left to edit and to look through and to, well, just finalize. So that's what I'm gonna do the next day. Days, better said. Otherwise, this week there was only one more thing going on, which was my art vlog. I did the last art journal page on Monday this week and did the video for the whole February month on Tuesday. I also published it, so I'm gonna link that too so that you can have a look. And that's pretty much what happened this week. It was very, very busy, long hours, ton of fun, and quite some gaming, more than I expected it to be, because I thought, well, okay, I'm busy on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I might be gaming on Friday and Saturday, and well, it was like Monday, Tuesday, not on Wednesday, not on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so a couple more games in there. Which makes me happy. So I'm gonna go off now, preparing the next thing for the FaceTime call with said friend, and afterwards I'm gonna go to bed, take a nap, because I have been up all night again. Haven't slept yet, and I definitely have to do that before I visit my in-laws, because I have to be alert and awake before we game, because my sweet father-in-law is really, really competitive when it comes to games, and we like to well, just play against each other and pick on one another and make fun and tease and whatnot. So I have to be sharp and have to be prepared so that I don't lose too much. Okay, so anyways, I hope you all had a great week and you enjoyed your weekend so far. I hope you have a great, great Sunday, and I'm gonna see you next week on Talk O'Clock. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.